Take you down to the field now. Debbi Taylor, we looked at last night and the power shown by Wilson Ramos, and you just talk about a guy that is humble, humble, humble. And one guy probably is so happy, and that's Rick Eckstein, the Nationals batting coach, for what Ramos has been able to do thus far.
Well, Johnny, you're absolutely right. Wilson Ramos has worked a lot with Rick Eckstein, and it seems like he's definitely soaking in everything that Rick tells him. And recently, Wilson told me that Rick told him, look for your pitch. And I think that is something he's definitely done. And now here's Rick on Wilson Ramos.
You know, Wilson has grown a lot since we've acquired him, and you know, his abilities at the plate. He's very strong. He knows his strike zone. He's committed to both sides of the ball. You know, his defensive game and his offensive game, and he's been just a huge spark for us. And especially last night was with the 2 home runs was something that was very special for him.
And I know you've been giving him a lot of advice, and he appears to be listening. Part of your job is giving. Who would have ever thought that you would actually give a part of your body to somebody? And just tell us a little bit about donating your kidney to your brother Kenny.
Well, our family has a kidney disorder, and so my father, my oldest sister Christine, my brother Ken, and my second sister Susan all had kidney failure and needed transplants. And Ken's transplant was around 92, and it recently failed. And this off season, he went on the donor list and was on dialysis for almost a year. And I did a blood test and found out that I was a compatible match for him, and decided to donate a kidney to Ken. And everything went great. He's back to living a normal life, and they recently were at the White House for the Easter egg roll, and so he's doing fantastic, and everything's good.
He was a little hesitant, wasn't he? He didn't want to take away from your career, where you have to be out here and physically use your body every day for your job.
Yeah, he was concerned about that. You know, I saw what my mother went through when she donated her kidney to my sister, and that was back in the late 80s. And knowing what she went through, and knowing how she recovered, and the surgery that I went through was not even a tenth of what she went through. That I knew I'd be fine, and you know, but growing up, the philosophy in our household was families first, and you know, so that was something that I wanted to do, and you know, here I am 4.5 months later, and you know, don't have any issues. Just wake up every morning with the passion to give the best I can do, and be the best I can be.
And I know your family has made so many strides, but your sister Susan, how is she doing with her kidney?
She's doing okay. It's inevitable that she'll probably have to have another transplant again, and potentially my brother David has, you know, expressed his interest in donating, and so that's pretty neat. But yeah, I mean, it's take it a day at a time, you know, and do your best and leave the rest in God's hands.
This was an emotional time for you, wasn't it?
It was. It was. You know, I mean, it definitely puts things in perspective. It really, you cherish every day that I can come to the ballpark and give my best and work as hard as I can work, and just try to be the best I can be. You cherish that, because there were times where my brothers and sisters and my father just didn't have that option.